Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv, sponsored by the Georgia Hemp Company, and I have my guest in the building, the good Dr. Rasean Hodge.
Yeah, Mecca, thanks for having me on. I would never have missed your 200 episode,
brother.
Bro.
I appreciate you being that number right there, man. So
200,
200, man.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is a major number. I almost forgot at a point. I remember when we hit 100, and I said to myself, we're gonna eventually be at 200. And sheesh, yeah, that crept on me quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did a lot of work this year, so we had a chance to interview a lot of amazing people. So yeah, we got there. We got to 200, and you're the 200th.
Well, congratulations. I've been watching you, sending you post-tax dollars, BizCon, Louisiana, everywhere, man. You find yourself everywhere in the capital, so I'm happy to call you a friend, man.
Thank
so,
you,
yeah,
thank
I'm
you,
here.
Man. Well, let's get to it, man, because I know you're a busy person myself, man.
I go to bed early, that's all.
Yeah, that's all, man.
Yeah.
You got to work, actually.
Yeah. Nah, we all.
So let's talk, because there's some major developments that happened over the last couple of weeks out here in Georgia, starting with DeKalb County and Cobb County, where we're seeing decrim get passed. What was your opinions about the decrim passing in DeKalb County and Cobb County, and do you feel like it's a good start for where we're at?
It's a great start, but it's the beginning of regulation.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. So, regulation is always the illusion of freedom.
Yeah.
So the regulation's coming. Tests will come. So, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, well, that's a
So it's good and bad. With regulation becomes the illusion of freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like beer, Yeah, so you can get it over 21, but you can't drink and drive. You can't walk around with an open container. There's going to be some major rules.
I thought the telltale sign to me was why it got decrim, why decrim is passing, and it's primarily because they can't tell the difference between hemp and weed. At this point, like the cops really had to admit openly they really don't know the difference. And so that to me, once you do, you're gonna have to learn the difference. Like how everybody's gonna have to learn some things now that all these new laws and all these new things are coming through. Everybody's gonna learn some things, and eventually they're gonna adapt. Do you feel like that's gonna stick though? You know what I'm saying? Like decrim, as decrim is gonna stick, but do you feel like it can evolve into something else as far as a new way of search and seizure, a new way of
it's gonna there's gonna be a saliva test.
Okay.
It looks like most of these patents are gonna be like saliva driven. And it's going to be immediate, and it's going to be able to tell concentrations of THC. So in a state like Georgia, where, medical patients, and we're allowed oil 5%, there's more regulation now. So then there's a problem. Like what if I like to dab all the time, And what if you just like to smoke? So my levels could be higher, but I got chronic pain. You don't. You're just a weekend warrior. I need concentrates every day. Now I'm potentially in trouble, regulation always comes with problems with regulation.
Yeah. What cities do you feel like will fall in line next? We already have, where are we up to 6 now?
Oh, we got like 9.
9, okay.
Yeah. Athens just went. So I predict statewide by April. By the end of session, we'll pass a bill that there'll be statewide decrim.
That's a bet, man. Yeah. I'm gonna lean on you.
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely. By the end of this session.
Somebody asked me recently about that. Like, when do you think we'll see Georgia go fully legal? And I said they'll probably be the last state to me. Like, you have to wait till the whole country says we have to go legal. Then Georgia be like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, that could be true. Could be last. Maybe Alabama will be last. But Georgia. Governor Kemp's doing a great job. He signed the bill. We have in-state cultivation now. We're probably I don't anticipate adding more diseases to our registry. We have 17 applicable diseases. What I predict as a patient, and I've talked to thousands of caregivers and families, that we want to expand the delivery methods. Okay. Let's vape. Let's have edibles. Let's make that legal. Let's make topicals, suppositories, transdermals legal. Let's inhale. So that's the push, and I think by the end of April we'll accomplish that.
Okay, well, end of April that's being really optimistic. I feel because we have, even within the last 2 weeks, there was a stall over medical marijuana expansion.
What's supposed to happen in July? We're supposed to pick that Georgia Access Medical Cannabis Committee, July 1st. That was the earliest Governor Kemp could announce these 7 members. So right now the state is still interviewing for those 7 members. That doesn't push back the date. By June 30th, 2020, we're supposed to be awarding licenses. But it's kind of hard to find someone that just woke up. What day is it? September?
What is it? September 20th.
September 20th that never heard about cannabis. So the people that are interviewed down the line, you're connected to a stock, you're connected to an investment, you're connected to a homeboy that's been in cannabis, and that makes you ineligible, you know. So it's kind of hard to find a candidate that doesn't have any stake in the game.
That is,
yeah.
You're talking about another hurdle now.
Yeah,
because even as you said it, the simple fact we've been discussing it on this length, you should have heard about it. Like, you had to find somebody who's been living under a rock.
Right. Because these 7, you know, they're in power for the next 5 years. They're going to be one of the most powerful groups in Georgia. Yeah.
So we got to really make sure that we have some kind of part in, well, at least some kind of influence when it comes to who's going to be picked for these groups.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable that we have a strong enough voice as far as people of color and as far as minorities to make sure that we get somebody on that committee who understands where that group of people are coming from, so we make sure that we have enough licenses and we have that stuff going to people who look like us?
It's a great question. I'm not privy, or I'm not familiar with the Black Caucus is constructing. We all kind of saw what happened when the bill was signed, what the Black Caucus was trying to do. Yeah. So what is their strategy now that, you know, it's written in law, you know, that there's some equity? You know, forget inclusion. We don't just want to participate, we want ownership, you know. So what's in law? What are they doing now? I don't know. I just know what I'm doing. You know, all I know is what I'm doing.
Yeah. How you feel about since the farm bill came into act, we've been watching a lot of. Well, I've been personally watching through the show. A lot of businesses, a lot of interest come about CBD. Right. How much of that has come down your pipeline, being that you are the good Dr. Hodge?
The good doc.
To learn about CBD and all that.
Yeah, they unfortunately, you know, because we can't market our cannabis program. They have tried, like a lot of patients, a lot of families, a lot of caregivers, they have tried CBD, gas station stuff, you know, over the, you know, just unregulated, you know, COAs, you know, kind of like, you know, and that hurts the industry. Yeah. You know, bad products hurt the industry, you know, because they'll just never try it and say this is just a snake oil. Whatever.
And the crazy part is it's so accessible. Like you say, whenever I'm in the gas station, the first thing you see when you walk up to the cash register is boom. Now you got these CBD products. Yeah,
it's well, again, regulations are good and it's a bad thing. Yeah. Regulation will come, and all those products are going to be off the shelf. Yeah. You know, there's going to be fines. You know, enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah. But the regulation will come. It's got to be COAs. There's going to be third-party testing. You know, once somebody gets sick, you know, they're going to trace it down. You'll be sued. You know, you know, they're going to hold people accountable.
Yeah, I mean, like you say,
this hysteria is real. You know, I don't know if it's real or not, all these vape cases. But people have been vaping for 10, 15 years. Mm-hmm. But why is there now new cases, all these lung cases? Is that real or is it bullshit?
We got to get to the bottom of it because what we do know is there are tainted carts out there. We know this. We do. Yeah. Okay, I can't say this.
Or is regulation coming, or is it regulations coming and patents are coming, and I gotta clean it up. I gotta clean it up.
We got it's conversations that need to be had. Yeah. You're watching now, like you say, now a paranoia that's coming out when it comes to vaping and it comes to some of these products, and it's giving fuel to the fire of people who are already pro-prohibition.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely some of the things we got to get to.
Okay. Sorry, we'll talk all day. It's the $200, man. Yeah.
Speaking to us about your profession, man, because as a doctor in this state, I'm sure other doctors will at least try to speak to you about, you know, how can we help or how can we get involved? How hard is it out even currently for doctors to fully or even try to get themselves involved in patient care when it comes to CBD, when it comes to medical marijuana or anything like that?
Oh, it's real easy. It's the state put up it's on the website, the Department of Public Health and the Medical Board of Georgia. Mm-hmm. Doctor signs up, showed that he's truly a physician here and practicing and his license is active, and he just signs up. Now, how active he is in as far as recruiting patients, it's, you know, that's probably going to be a hit or miss. So it's pretty hard right now.
That's always interesting, because I've always wanted to know more about how that happens, like even the recruitment part. Like, so how would somebody even have to go out there and do that? Like, it's very hard to market. It's very hard to do things like that. Like, do I have to go person to person? Like, yo, you want to try CBD?
Well, CBD and cannabis is kind of like the beginning of, like, you know, like the music industry, like the beginning of any industry. It's kind of like door to door. You know, it starts with with the baby boomers. You know, they are the fastest growing consumers still of cannabis. They're not on social media, they're not on Instagram. You know, they're hearing from their grandson or hearing about these. They're starting to see these. You know, they listen to the news. You know, they watch TV. There's a few podcasts. So, you know, it's door to door, man. It's a lot of muscle. It's a lot of like door to door. You know, you gotta dispel, like when you see CBD. My job is to say that means it could be dishwater. So you're gonna bring your stuff to me, and I'm gonna be like, oh, this is shit. You know, what's the pharmacokinetics? Like, you know, don't tell me just CBD. Tell me how much of it do I gotta take, and how much of it's gonna be absorbed. Do I gotta eat fat soluble food with it? Like, don't sell my patients. Don't hurt the cannabis community. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bring it in. Oh, that's dishwater. That could be dishwater. So once I do that, everything's easy. Yeah.
How do you feel about, you know, I've been actually part of a what I feel like is a growing cannabis community here in the city and in the state. Yeah. Part of the growing is we're starting to see more seminars, more conferences, more people are coming from out of states, from Californias, from the Colorados, and coming down to Atlanta and Georgias now. How do you feel about the watching this new industry grow and watching people come from out of state to in-state to kind of, you know, set up shops out here?
Oh, it's smart. You know, I said it before years ago. I say it again. I believe Atlanta will be the cannabis capital of the world. You know, everybody has to be in LA. Everybody's got to be in that California market. You know, California is a crucial market, but right behind it is Georgia. You know, is Atlanta, because of our culture, because of our swag, because of our wealth, because of fly guys like you and great docs like me and people that show up to cool ass events like this. So, you know, because of our music, you know, Atlanta will be the cannabis capital of the world. So you have these, it's good. You have operational people here too, though. True. People that have 12 states already, licenses and dispensaries. True. And multi-state operators are here. You know, we have a big company called Certera, you know, in Atlanta. And their job board is they're actively recruiting people every day, hiring.
Go on his Instagram. Daily. Go on your Instagram. Literally, you put up a job posting from Certera every day. Yeah, and there's more to come. Anchorage is hiring. I mean, from buyers to real estate agents. Soon they're going to be hiring chefs. Soon they're going to be hiring drivers. You know, so you got guys that got multiple licenses here and multi-state operators. I mean, giants are here trying to get the business. Yeah, and we got a lot of, and what I love that we do have here, and it was already in place before we started seeing people come from other states, is we had an infrastructure on the ground, like you say, from the business side, even to the influencer side. Like you have it yourself, even like my man Stanley's. You have people who are already a face and made themselves something outside of this state. They just happen to live here. You know what I mean? Like we really already had a presence. It wasn't going to be like you're coming down here and going to sweep up anything.
Yeah, Georgia ain't going down. I don't think Georgia's going out like that. I don't believe you can just use your influence. I don't think you can use your billions. I don't think everyone
You'd
thinks
be shocked how many people in Atlanta don't know who you are.
Yeah,
like we can start.
Everyone thinks they're getting the license. Yeah, everyone thinks they're getting the retail. Like, how does that happen? Yeah. Good luck. You know.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself getting into retail or anything like that?
Man, you know, I dream. I have aspirations. You know, I had aspirations before I got hurt.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in it for on the business until I broke my neck. Yeah, once I broke my neck, then I believed in it as medicine, and now it's like, you can't stop me now.
Man, look, man, you know, and that leads us to another question. I know we got limited time, man, because I want to talk to you about, you know, what we're seeing right now in the league, and I'm not necessarily with Hove and none of the ownership stuff. Right. I'm thinking about what's happening when this collective bargaining agreement comes up, and they got stuff on the table like, what are we going to do about our health? Like, do you see the NFL or do you see the players actually actively pushing for something like alternative medicines? Do you see them going on strike or even pushing the line like that for something like that? Because I hope they do it for social issues. I hope they do it for more money. But I really hope you do it for your own health.
For
I
your
haven't
health,
seen that happen in decades in the NFL. Like the NFL players union to me is the weakest of all unions.
It is.
Yeah, they give it up every year. That's why I feel like I don't feel no sympathy for where they at right now. This is a whole player union problem. Y'all keep giving up power and then being mad that people take advantage of you. Like that's stupid. I want to smack them sometimes.
Because you You know why? You don't pay them enough.
No,
you don't pay them enough. They don't save enough money, and they
part,
need it.
That part, bro. Like
anyway,
they don't pay them enough, and you don't save enough, so they're always under the 8 ball.
Yeah,
you'll never.
But
do you feel the medicine's coming?
The medicine's coming. You know, the collective bargaining agreement's up next year, or it would have been here. NFL, they only test one time a year.
Exactly, they tell you. you should.
People
not
just
fail.
can't stop.
You should not.
It's just one time a year they test you, and then you can fail. Then you maybe fail again, and then you're on this list, right? But
like
you know, look what the UFC did, the fastest growing sport, right?
And I admire what they're trying to move.
They mirrored with Aurora Cannabis. That was huge. You know, UFC is a global. They put in global fight camps all around the world, so they get all the best athletes, right, that want to fight, right? But they're also coupled with Aurora, so they're also doing CBD science with the world's best athletes. So they're going to come up with their own concussion protocol. And with CBD, if you get a little ding in your head, you're going to have CBD. That'll be part of the concussion protocol because it's neuroprotective. You know? Couple that with THC, you know, there's magic.
That also happens when you're in a progressive situation. Like the NBA, the UFC you mentioned, we're looking at people who are at least trying something else out. You know, I feel like the NFL, so much of them is stuck with that mentality of it's a privilege to play the sport mentality. Right. And it's almost like they got to get out of that.
Yeah.
They got to get out of that quick, man.
Hoes in trouble with that, man. That's a lot.
You think so?
No, it's just a lot.
I feel like
it's an honor, though. People don't think like you should be honored Roger even talked to you, you know?
You would think so.
But not everyone's gonna have that chance to use their platform to sit with Goodell and
I want to speak to you about that before we get out of here too, because I felt you used your platform in a way that could have been controversial to some, but I felt like it was something that was needed, and that was meeting Brian Kemp.
Governor Kemp.
That was meeting Governor Kemp.
That's easy.
You know, because I'll tell you, I've said multiple times on the show, I'm not a fan of Brian Kemp, but it started from when he was Secretary of State.
Right.
But when I saw you meeting with him, I thought to myself, again, this is a situation where people need to understand where you need to be in place of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's places you need to be in,
right,
and you need to have a person of power there in that place. I want you to speak about being there in that place. Like what made, you know what I'm saying, what led you to want to even, embrace him in any type of way, and what's the friendship been like?
Well, that's a great question. When he was Secretary of State, Secretary Brian Kemp, this was Nathan Deal just finished his second term. So everyone in the cannabis and hemp industry that had aspirations or any dreams knew that Nathan Deal would never sign a cannabis or hemp bill. He said that when he took office. 9 years ago, he said this state will never grow cannabis nor hemp. So once he made his second term, everyone wanted to start talking to who was going to be the next governor, right? And all I cared about was, one, who supports what I support?
Yes.
What do I support? Cannabis. So which gubernatorial that was running is going to stand up, stand on it, look me in the eye and say, hey, man, the only way to get it in this state is to grow it? Who would say that? Governor Kemp said it. So I talked to him, and he supported small business. How do African Americans have any wealth in this country? Small business. Georgia's, again, 6 years in a row, small business. This is how we get out the hood, small business, but we need to turn our LLCs into, talk to them, corporations. Who can help turn LLCs into corporations? Who helps remove regulations? Who helps with taxes?
Yeah, man.
The governor.
Yeah, you do.
So, I was the first African American here in Georgia to do a public fundraiser for him. I came in fourth in the state. So I support him. Because he supports cannabis and hemp.
All right, we'll see.
And supports small business.
Let's hope this goes as far as we needed to take it, man, because I'm going to need him to do it. We're watching the future happen in Georgia, and I'm proud to be part of it. I'm proud to see you there. And my G, that's number 200 right there.
The 200!
And that's Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation, sponsored by the Georgia Hemp Company. We'll be out.
All right.